Hi Aquarius, it is Ray. Welcome back to my channel. Happy September. Today is September 1st, 2025. I'm here with your September 2025 reading. I hope all is well. You know, if you're concerned about being on the right journey, Spirit is giving you the confirmation and affirmations through nature, okay? You're reading an answered prayer with the two owls you may want to watch, but there's a double up happening for sure, okay? Happy Monday, happy Monday. Oh, the birds are starting to wild out. There could be a lot of chatter around you, a lot of chit chat, a lot of talking happening around you in September, a lot of information coming to you. Feels like you're in the energy of listening versus speaking. Let's pray. God's divine source, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for allowing me to guide Aquarius placements on their September 2025 monthly reading. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear guide, clear channel, clear vessel as I speak to them on what to expect as the month unfolds. God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me whenever they are guided to do so. Allow us all to be divinely guided and divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Thank you for divine insight. Thank you for divine foresight. Thank you for divine protection. Gratitude, Ashe. Don't be doing that while I'm praying. Because what the hell? Stay focused despite the distractions. Okay. Should the birds need some sage? All right. Let's get into it. Let's see what your theme is. Feels like in September you're handling business. You are honoring your commitments, 222, and you're realizing how this is restoring balance easily. I just had deja vu. I feel like I literally just said this. I don't know to who, but yeah. Deja vu could be a theme. Repetition could be a theme. Aquarius, what's the theme for Aquarius placements? Aquarius placements theme September 2025. I feel like you're learning how to make things from scratch. Some of you could be hosting Thanksgiving at your home this year. Wanting to make an impression through your dish, through food. Or you could be focused on healing through food. Okay. So there's a first for everything, right? Now I've been very, yeah, simplicity. I've been very intentional on pulling one card as the theme, but it's very interesting. Spirit showed me both cards without allowing me to. If I didn't see the cards, I would have put both cards back. However, this is positive. We're going to keep it simple, keep it sweet, keep it to the point. So the theme, both of these came out sideways, so we're going to honor. September, you're in, it's a month of transition for you. You're coming out of a standstill into a miracle, or this is plural, so miracles. Again, there's this energy of double up, expansion, okay? And it's not going to be in a chaotic form. It's going to be in a very simplistic, it's giving like Empress energy, like it's not loud, it's not flamboyant, it's seen, but it's not boastful, you know? I hope that makes sense. But that's very intriguing. I feel like your energy is intriguing to someone, or vice versa. I've never shuffled like this before. That was unconscious. I like it though. Shuffle it like a deck. All right, who's this? You're on the bottom, the Starborn, Aquarius. Maybe this card is coming out for everybody. Hold on. That was a hell no. Keep it. Aquarius. Ooh, Alethea. Things are about to become very clear, very black and white. Whatever is in question, whatever has you at a standstill is being dispersed, removed. Yeah, the self. Okay. I like where this is going. Aquarius. Feels like you're making a statement in September. Physically, energetically, verbally, there's a statement being made by you on behalf of you. And possibly to you as well, because as I mentioned, there's a lot of information coming to you. Heavy, what goes around comes around. This is a very karmic month for some on your behalf. That's very interesting. Okay, feel like we're good. Are we? You sure? We're good. Yeah. Oh, you have the womb. So yeah, you're in transition. Ooh, the mentor. Okay, okay, okay. How many cards is this? That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, there is a lot of justice. There's a lot of karmic justice being served on your behalf. I don't think you're doing this intentional. I just think it's time. So you're going through a transition, and people around you are going through a transition too. Yours is more so unspoken. Others are more so verbalized. It's giving the energy for you. It's definitely seen and felt, but not necessarily spoken upon. It's also giving the energy of, like, you know, when you have that that eye contact with someone, and it's like telepathy. Did I say that right? Yeah, telepathy. So this is beautiful energy, truly. You're definitely standing out in some aspect. So I just need to clarify why the eternal child is in reverse, because coming out in reverse for everybody that I'm reading for today. Why is the eternal child in reverse? This one is the only consistent card. The poet's been coming out too. All right. They gave me like 6 cards. We're going to use the tarot to clarify. But in general, it's reflecting a disconnect from oneself, disconnect from yourself. Ace of Wands. Yeah, you're opposite Leo. It's definitely giving the story is a bit different for you, though. I don't know. It feels like the energy of selection. Now, you could be applying for something where you have to be selected, but it does feel like there's a selection process at play in regards to your energy in September. Especially with you having standstill and miracles as themes sideways. Like, again, it's a major transition. So clarifying the eternal child in reverse is the Ace of Wands. It does feel like a reconnection to yourself, a reconnection to your purpose, a reconnection to your vision, a reconnection to your legacy, a reconnection to your creativity. It just feels like it's time for something. And then with The self being here as well. Like, again, if you've been unclear, and as I started this message, if you, like, Spirit is going to give you the confirmation and the affirmation if you're on the correct path or not. And I do feel like for a lot of you, it's being affirmed that you are. I do feel like in the month of September, you are going to feel, whether you think this is possible or not based on your current reality, but you will be taken care of. Your needs will be met. And usually 99.9% of the time, our needs are always met. It's our wants that is a struggle to be met. But heavy, you are satisfied with your needs being met. And so that's gonna, I hear, bleed over into your wants being met. You're, whoever I'm speaking to, it's like you don't ask for much, you know? You could desire a lot, but you really don't ask for much. And I just feel like there's a shift with that somehow, some way. I feel like because you're reconnecting with whatever you were born here to do, that energy shift, it's clarifying realities that you are involved in and whether it should be a part of your future or not is what I intended to say, but I was about to say your present. So you could definitely be cutting people off, Aquarius placements, or if you have been on the fence as far as, maybe I was too harsh, maybe I was, I wasn't so direct, I was unclear, I led to this, I just feel like there's a lot that's about to be very, again, black and white, no confusion, no gray area whatsoever, black and fucking white. Also, when it comes to whomever you are becoming in this world, I do feel like if you've been unclear on your needs and wants, that's being clarified as well. There's just a lot of clarity. I feel like whatever is foggy mentally in September, like you are truly moving into October with a crisp, clear mind, okay? Like you go to bed with ease, you rise with ease, nothing is clouding your thought frequency, like it's fresh energy, like this Ace of Wands represents. Definitely protect your crown more throughout this month. If you're called to cover your crown, cover it. Um, yeah. Now with agape, there's a lot of support around you. You're feeling the love, you're feeling the recognition. Again, this energy of selection. You have the lover upright. And again, this is the lovers, singular, not lovers, plural, like the modern tarot deck. And also with the lover, you have the mask in reverse. So this is giving me a Glorilla lyric. Hold on. I gotta find it because y'all know I be misquoting. Where's the phone? That's in my pocket. People could be pocket watching you too. Again, something is seen and not verbally exposed. But hold on, what song is it on? Hold on. I think it's on Step. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So excuse my French, but it is Step. But she says, y'all can have these niggas left. God send me mine. So I do feel like, and with the mask in reverse, I do feel like that lover, yours, is being revealed. That's just, yeah. If you are already connected, I do feel like your partner could be revealing a truth to you. So just pay attention. And I hear don't attack, nurture, if this is the case for you personally, if you are connected. If it's not a partner, it could be a close friend as well. I don't know. It just feels like, again, information is coming to you, but you're being asked to not judge. It's giving, like with her, as I say that and I look at the Ace of Wands, it's giving like confessional energy. You know, people be going to the doing the confessionals. I mean, they know they talking to what they call it, the priest, but it's that energy of Lord. Every word I want to say is not what I'm trying to say. I was about to say no face, no case. Not the energy of being hidden. It's kind of like concealment, but those not the words I'm looking for. But it's that privacy and protection. I don't know. I'm hearing privacy and protection laws. I don't fucking know. Okay, moving on. You have the tear in reverse. So it's given what Nikki say? I think it's my time, because there's something about your time. My tears have dried. The tear in reverse is giving your tears have dried, okay? And you know that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, okay? And you believe that your haters are your motivators, okay? And, you know, she basically came up after that song, okay? You have the mentor here, the castle, gnosis, and the poet. Just like feathers are tickling my nose. Gnosis is what goes around comes around. There's a lot of closed eyes here. Some of you, when it comes to, I don't know if this is connected to your gifts, but it's giving like you see too much. Like you see too much physically. I don't think there's a thing of seeing too much spiritually. I mean, you can psych yourself out, but physically, it's like being able to literally see the matrix with your own eyes without having to go to an elevated meditation type of thing, you know? It's like you see. But there's, honey, eye closed. Eyes closed. The mask, you can't see the eyes. The tear is in reverse, but the mentor, honey, the owl's eyes are clearly open, okay? But the castle gives the home. And her crown is protected. But it's giving like what you've been attacked for, people are about to be attacked for. Again, going back to the energy of karmic justice. The dove is your spirit animal. That was the bird that just flew off the balcony. But it also is giving, it feels like there's a box that people could have put you in that you're about to break open. But with the eyes being closed, you could definitely not see something coming, okay? Definitely not be aware of something. Let me see if I can see. But also with this, I mean, the owl is basically in a galaxy, but it's free from the fire. It's free from the, it's free from the destruction. Lord can say that, yeah. No. Also feels like the energy of interconnectedness, like deeply, especially with the self and agape. It's just all of these projections, and I hear injections, but interconnectedness. Judgment fell in my lap. What am I asking? What is it that you don't see coming? You're freeing. You hear that? So you're letting go, releasing something, and you're not going to shed a tear in the process. Because you have Judgment upright. Again, this is what you don't see coming. Eyes closed energy. Or this could be some, you know, vice versa. So Judgment upright, Two of Cups in reverse, and then the Six of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. This is releasing, literally letting go, releasing, free at last, and then it's like your hand is out and God is like, here you go. Okay? I don't know. But it's definitely giving me hands that were together becoming, I hear, unbound. But feeling very confident in your decision, very confident in your action. This is like being shown something in a dream and waking up and acting accordingly and being so fucking happy that you did it. Like immediately, like no time wasted. I don't know, but heavy what goes around comes around. I just feel like something is coming back to you. Take that how it resonates. This could be information. Could be a person. Something's coming back. But you are the center of all of this. Could have been something you lost in the past. Page of Swords, heavy energy on information. Okay. It could be from spirit or people. It could be both. But also with the mentor being here, you could also be connecting with someone that's, you know, assisting you with tapping into the best versions of you. You know, someone could definitely be pushing you past your comfort limits with care, with love. But then I hear that song, I bust the windows out your car. That's toxic. So, or it could just be, you know, a part, because it doesn't have to be negative. But it's like someone is helping you release. I don't know. Release in a sense of, some people go to destruction rooms to release energy. You know, it's like going to the gym. It doesn't have to be, you know, someone else's property destruction. It could be public, like the rooms. I forgot what they're called. But yeah. Some of you could be looking for a new home. Whether you're planning to move within the next 6 months, the next year. Feels like you're trying to find, not necessarily find your footing, but, you know, discern where to plant roots next type of energy. I don't know. Anything else? Three of Pentacles. Hold on. So, I'm sorry, I'm quiet for a reason. Just hold on. Okay, before we clean this up, I'm going to read this a different way. Hold on. Okay, so there's this energy of lessons of loyalty and lessons of commitment that are coming up with the mask being in a reverse and this Three of Pentacles energy. Also, again, agape is unconditional love, but what it's like for someone to experience your love and not take that for granted. It's like, you know, realizing that you have a precious jewel and then truly ensuring that there's no damage done to that. And not in an energy type of like walking on eggshells. It's truly like knowing the value, knowing the worth. But I do feel like in addition to this, with the self being the center here, and the eternal child being in reverse, there's something about your value, your worth that you're having a self-realization in regards to, and that could be connected as to why the eyes are closed, not open. You know, open is looking outward, closed is more so inward. So it's more so like, you know, self-reflection, self-realization. And this is like going back to how we mentioned the there's a change is happening. It's not being spoken about, but people can definitely feel it and see it. It's like, you know, knowing that you are gifted as fuck, but being extremely like not bragging about it, you know, not having to affirm to the world that this was you. It's just, you know, if you caught the message, you caught it. If you didn't, you didn't. Life goes on type of energy. But it's like, you know, how do I say this? It's like internally, it's like that energy is being magnetized and expanded with, you see, magnetized, expanded when it comes to you. And I feel like your prayers are changing. Like the eternal child in reverse, like it's like once you have certain realizations about yourself, you realize there's no need to ask for shit you've been asking for or pray for. I don't know. There's just something about the verbiage of the tongue changing, if that makes sense. I mean, you are air energy as well, but this does feel like a major self-realization, and I feel like you fall more in love with yourself with this agape energy, and you're very clear on your position. You may already say that you have a knowing of what you bring to tables, but no the fuck you don't. But I feel like you're gonna know by the time we get to October. With judgment as well, it feels like a not necessarily a release like ceremony, but it just feels like you're taking yourself more seriously. And there's this realization of your own wisdom that you carry as well. Okay? And with the castle, I do feel like you have been allowing yourself to be kept in a box. Like this is there is something significant about your eyes. And this is not on no physical optometrist type shit. Like it's very spiritual. Especially this tear, open eye, it's in reverse. I don't know. And then this poet baby has no face. So it's very energetic. It's very spiritual. But no, you know what this is giving me? Oh my God. It's giving Riddick. The Chronicles of Riddick. Y'all remember Riddick? It was played by Vin Diesel. But I think was he blind in the day? But honey, he could see. It's something like that, okay? I don't know. Look up Riddick's eyesight if you don't know what I'm talking about, okay? Vin Diesel, the character Vin Diesel played. But it's just something about your eyes. And you're going to see, like, you can see this person, but you can't see their eyes, okay? I don't know. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna clean this up. We've been here for a while. Okay. And with the Three of Pentacles, this could have been, you know, something that people could have like mentioned it to you, you know, mentioned in passing type of energy. But you just, I don't know. You'll see. There's definitely something about what you're able to see, like your eyes. I don't know. I want to know though. Okay, Aquarius. A choice is being made for you. So again, going back to like, you know, having a dream and acting, but a choice is definitely being made for you with making a choice in reverse. Aquarius, September 2025. Commitment. A choice is being made for you about a commitment. Hi, Sarah. Happy Labor Day. Aquarius. Yeah, Stuck in the Mud, Dragon's Lair. That came out for Capricorn, I think. So going back to the eyes closed, there's a lot happening. You can see, but there's something that you don't see. It's like, it's not funny, but it's like, you know, people say everyone has a price. I disagree with that. I feel like if you have a price, it reflects on your moral code. But it's like, you know, thinking that your whole team is one way, you know, the whole time it's like someone will turn on you for a price. Because next to commitment, you have Stuck in the Mud and Dragon's Lair. Like there is something you don't know. And whatever this energy is of Stuck in the Mud is connected to your theme energy of standstill. Now, Dragon's Lair does represent protection, but that also letting me know you think something is safe that isn't, which has been a theme, but we'll see. What else? Who's this, Aquarius? Spirit of Place. Yeah. And that came underneath making a choice. This is definitely a decision being made. And it's connected to that karmic justice and unexpected visitors. You know, this kind of feels like the Scorpio reading. A little bit, not too much, but a little bit. It's a little remix up in here, okay? You think something is solid, it's not. You think something is solidified, it's not. It's a lot. It's giving last month's, I think it was Sagittarius, like you need to clarify a decision or something with commitment being here. This is also, it feels like, you know, peer pressure in a sense, or, you know, being talked into contracts, being forced to manipulated into contracts. I don't know. But the more I look at these cards, the more I feel triggered. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know. But, and I feel like this is why a decision is, you're completely unaware, okay? But what you are unaware of, again, a door is about to be opened so that you become aware. You see how the light is shining through? The light brings clarity. And with stuck in the mud, it is going to help you move forward. And it's kind of that energy of, I hear rejection is God's protection, which is a fact. It's kind of like the energy of, you know, it's like being a child and truly wanting something so bad, but knowing that it cannot happen because it's so unhealthy. So what example can I give to make it relate? I didn't grow up watching cartoons. I didn't have that childhood, so it's very difficult for me to relate to Disney stories and things. That wasn't how I came up. So just give me a moment, please. Okay. We can use sugar and candy, okay, as an example, okay? That's very simple. So let's just say, you know, kids love sugar, candy, chips, and just junk food, okay, in general. And instead of eating, you know, fruits and vegetables and all the things all the time, it's like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they want junk food, okay? And however, it is extremely unhealthy to just feed children junk food all day. It's one thing to have it as a snack. You know, it's another thing to have it as your, you know, main course meal. You know, it's a no. And being aware of the consequences that come if you choose to entertain that lifestyle, right? But at the same time, if you are, you know, caring, loving, nurturing parent and you give a fuck, you wouldn't allow that. So no matter how bad the kid wants it, you know, you may compromise, you may substitute, but ultimately you will stand your ground, because at the end of the day, it's for the health of us all, you know, that your fucking emotional health, because if you don't honor it, you're gonna feel guilty as fuck, you know. So again, it's the health for all, right? So I feel like with whatever this situation experience is, it's kind of like the same thing to your adult self. It's like you really, miracles is here, right? But there's something that you may feel like is a miracle and it's connected to a standstill, and or there's a standstill that you're actively involved in that you don't even realize that's being moved out of the way so that you can experience a true miracle. However it resonates, however it connects. But for you, this is connected to something that I feel like you're already actively committed to it, but you don't see the energetic barriers. You don't see that. But again, something is cloaked extremely well, okay? But a door is about to be opened and you will see. And that's what I gotta say. But with spirit of place, like, she's outside connected with nature, but does she look happy? Does she look fulfilled? This is like, damn, like, what the hell? Okay, this is being in deep thought, okay? And you are air energy, Aquarius, so, you know, the mind can go from 0 to 100, but you can control that. And this is, you know, this is, when I say you can control that, instead of responding from anger, from anxiety, whatever the case may be, it's just stopping, taking a deep breath. Everything is happening in my highest favor, in my divine favor. Sometimes you gotta, that's how you gotta psych yourself out, okay, to experience that different reality. Because if you entertain the bullshit, you will continue to experience domino effect bullshit, you know. So I feel like you've already experienced that lesson, so don't do that. Was that Urkel? But yeah, I don't think you're the only sign going through this, though, but I can't remember the other signs. But let's keep going. Anything else for Aquarius? Where are we? Oh, we're good. But something is coming together. I want that to be the loudest message, okay? Something is definitely coming together. Details. But yeah, there's some details you're not paying attention to that you're about to be paying attention to. I don't know what's happening with R. Kelly, okay, in September. He came up in Capricorn, respectfully. He is a Capricorn. But now he's coming up with you when a woman's fed up. My candle is going out. There ain't nothing you can do about it, okay? It's like running out of... Sorry, it's not funny. Coming apart in reverse. I know my humor be fucked up sometimes. Peaks of joy in reverse, but you have coming to life here. Like something is coming together. And again, coming to life and protecting treasure, wishing well. Something... It's also giving the energy of being pulled apart, okay? Like when, you know, army wives, okay? Because we got one up in the chat, all right? But when it comes to, like, you know, certain people thinking that they can handle the distance when their partner is shipped off. And, you know, I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of people do shit for the benefits. Okay, I'm very aware, or very aware of that lifestyle. Okay, not to say I participated, but most of my family was in the military, so I'm very aware of how shit gets down sometimes. But it's also, you know, thinking that you can handle the distance, thinking that you're able to handle the patience, and a lot of people are unable to. Now, some people do. Shout out to them. But there's a lot of people who think that they are ready for something that truly they're not built for. And not to say, you know, you're not built for something in a manner of you're weak. It just doesn't serve you in the way that you think that it should serve you. It just doesn't, which is why it's being removed from you. It's not serving you, which is why Peaks of Joy is in reverse. And this is, again, coming apart in reverse. You will not make this decision on your own. And I don't know why this is a theme. I feel like this is connected to eclipse energy, which we'll get into. Just a sneak peek. We'll cover it. We're going to cover the eclipses for the elements on Saturday, but because the eclipse starts next Sunday. But I think, yeah, next Sunday. Yeah. But as a side note, we're going to switch up the message. So with Peaks of Joy, I do also feel like a lot of you are... There's something that you're doing in your day-to-day that you are not happy about. Now, you know, not everything is going to be peaches and cream, okay? It's, again, freaking in the back of the limousine. But it's not going to be peaches and cream like jobs, you know, jobs, life, partnerships, love. You know, you got the good and you got the bad. You got the shit that you love. You got the shit that annoys you, you know? But it feels like you're trying to stay attached to something that you know you are discontent with. Like whatever this is, you feel restricted, right? You feel like, I don't know, it's like you feel like you're in jail. Physically, mentally. But as I say this, they're bringing me to the Disney shit, okay? Now, like I said, I didn't grow up watching Disney, but I do know that... Well, I didn't watch Disney, but I did watch what's that called? I can never think of the freaking title. It's a series, but it was like all parts of the Disney characters. Hold on. It's on the tip of my tongue. Once Upon a Time. Yes, yes, yes. Once Upon a Time, okay? I did watch Once Upon a Time. But that's not the point. The point is... Peace, peace is something that cannot be bought. I feel like joy is connected to that as well. Faith is as well. I feel like it's yeah, I feel like the 7 deadly sins are connected to sacrifice and things of earthly matters, and the 7 virtues are connected to choices of one's spirit. I'll say that. Okay. However, in honoring the 7 virtues, you know, a lot of people live their life based on religious teachings. Other people live their life purely autonomous, based on whatever they want to, without, you know, a strict set of rules, basically. And with that being said, I feel like if you have a lifestyle based on strict set rules, and you're a fixed sign, so it would make sense if it's connected to you in some form or fashion. But it's that is a barrier and a limitation to inner child expression, which is very important for us as adults, where we deal with more stress and anxiety. Now, for some of you, it could be vice versa. You could have created the life for yourself where you don't deal with as much stress and anxiety that you did in your childhood. If that's the case, God bless you. I'm not referencing you at the moment. But your opposite is Leo. Leo rules the 5th house, children. So it's kind of like, you know, when children are outside yelling and then they're being told to be quiet. Why is it wrong for a child to be outside and yelling? Why is it now wrong for children to be free? But then we want to restrict and quiet them with with AI, meaning AI the phone, AI the tablet. But it's kind of like, you know, that restriction should be null and void. However, it's a barrier that's been created consciously and unconsciously. And not realizing how that is sucking the life out of children. Even, I don't know, even when it comes to fucking educational funding, honey, the first thing they take away is recreational activities, shit that will keep kids healthy, sane, and out of the streets. Okay, it's the opposite. But I also feel like at the same time, it's very intentional. That's why I don't get too involved in politics, because this shit is very well structured. Okay, you just got a peep game to know. You got no game to peep game. I'll say it that way. But all in all, fuck all that shit, okay? And that's the thing. Like, we are in the age of Aquarius. And I will probably, you know, say this as long as I have this platform. But with you being the age of Aquarius, and with you representing the rebel of the zodiac, going against the narrative, going against the rules and the restrictions and the structures that have been built for us to withstand, you know, for the fucking Georgia Guidestones to be destroyed, however they were destroyed, whether we can get into that. But for certain things that speak of limitation, for barriers to be broken, that's a statement within itself. And that's the statement of the energy we're being asked to move into. And a lot of that is connecting with that childhood expression. So where we are limited, we need, there's a loophole for everything, right? And there is a time and a place. I'm not just saying, you know, go out here and wild out. There is a time and a place. But when it's time for you to be free, it's like you live in restriction. So that is sucking the life out of you. Stand still, and there's a miracle coming to break you free of that barrier, okay, for every mountain. All right? Okay, let's move on. Let's look at the eclipse. Do you have anything else before we move to the eclipse? Okay. Oh, this card's not supposed to be in here. Flow. Who had flow? Can't remember. But yeah, you should flow. Again, this is above you. Okay. I really need to do my hair. It's gonna be like 2 more weeks based on my current schedule. I don't know. I don't know if I can last that long. All right. Let's look at the Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. This is just a sneak peek. Pisces full moon, lunar eclipse for Aquarius, please. Yo, you don't know something. Virgo new moon solar eclipse. Well, that's interesting. You have open up, and then you have new vitality. This is what I think happened. I feel like someone around you was put through a test. Whatever I'm speaking, whoever, whatever this situation is that I'm speaking of that is unfolding throughout this month, if they would have passed the test, we wouldn't be having this discussion. We'd be having a totally different fucking reading for September. However, they did not do that, which is why we're having this reading that we're having for September. Did I just say, did I just say a different month? I feel like a different month rolled off of my tongue, but anywho's for September. Because you have, for full moon, lunar eclipse, Pisces, September 7th, you have the third eye chakra in reverse. You are completely unaware of something. And then, baby, the manifest card, it was upright, it was reversed, it was upright, it was reversed, and then it ultimately landed in reverse. So where's the dates? The Pisces full moon is on the 7th. The Virgo new moon solar eclipse is on the 21st. So that's what, 14 in between. 14 is temperance, angelic energy. This is divine intervention at play. I do feel like that 14-day, 2-week in between, though, it's giving... It's like, let's just say someone is having like home renovations, like adding on a new wing to their home, right? And it's like, you know, they're very satisfied with one section of their home, but then it's like the other part of their home is being completely demolished to build a new wing, add a new room, whatever the case may be, okay? It's like you are being placed in the comfort of stability. Now, yes, the noise and all of that shit that comes with demolition for rebuild may annoy you, but at the same time, the outcome of your vision is going to be marvelous, you know? So it's giving like you are that dragon's lair energy. You're in the safe part of the house, okay, the part that's not, that already has what needs to be done, but the part that's being, you're still going to hear and experience the demolition as well, like you're affected basically, okay? But at the same time, this needs to happen before this can be upright. But this is going to be, and it's because I'm giving you a timeline, I feel like as that timeline gets closer, you're going to anticipate. You should, yes, this is a reading, okay? And I understand the way that I read may take some time to unfold. However, if you are pressed on a timeline, the timeline will drag. I just want you to be aware of that, okay? So don't obsess. When you obsess, it drags. Don't do that to yourself. This is some, honey, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. If you're in school and you study, you know, you don't have to cram for a test, you know. You can be confident in the knowledge because you've already done the due diligence, you know. So, yeah. Also, to read this in a completely different way, because you had standstill and miracles, there could be something that you are missing that could be delaying your progress, you know. In 2025, we have so many methods and ways of transportation, whether you have a vehicle or you don't, you know. But there's something, it's like you could be doing more, but there is a restriction. Wherever there's a restriction, what's in the way of that is being removed. So it's like if there's an issue with transportation, money, I don't know, there's a solution coming. There's a solution to that problem, which is a miracle, okay? It's given the energy of God made a way. And it's going to allow you to start afresh. I know today is the 1st, but still, start afresh and manifest. But I do feel like with whatever barrier is being removed, you're going to be made aware of the barrier as it is being removed. Okay, similar to the demolition. Okay, no idea what the title is. I feel like I had a title and I lost it. All right, anything else for Aquarius? How many more signs I got left? 2. I gotta start my meal prep. I'm gonna put my baked potatoes in the oven. I'm gonna do it before I start Pisces. So I'm gonna put this up, okay? But let me show you what fell on the floor. What fell on the floor is Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call in reverse. But then on top of it, this is Lost in Space, Needing Direction. But Dream Thief is 13. So again, you, and then on the bottom you have Horseman, Herald of Change. So you really don't know something. Like, you don't. And you're probably like, what the hell am I talking about throughout this last hour we've been here? However, hold on. Maybe. Why is this so hard for me? Shit, I need to do some shadow work. What the hell? But the Ace of Cups, let me just own my truth. I really, damn, I'm that humble. Wow. I need to work on that. Like, is this a test? Hold on. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, okay. Hold on, side note, someone that wronged you could be needing you. That's very interesting. I still don't want to say it. Anything else? Let's clean this up. You'll see is the point. And if I felt that test, I would deal with that personally. On Mark 12, Revelation. Oh, I was meant to keep that. Hold on. I got lost in my own shit for a second. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Okay. So on Mark 12, Revelation. Aquarius. You have Winter's Dream, Gestation, Period in reverse. So whatever this is, it's like as the leaves fall, so will this be falling. So this is before we get to winter. Winter doesn't start until December, but autumn does start in September. Lost in Space, Needing Direction came out. Surrender is in reverse. The Divine Matrix. It's too many. You have obstacles on the bottom. Anything else? Overflow, overwhelming plenty. And then you have closing door completion. Well, damn. Is that all? Okay, what else? Thank you. So, very interesting. 11, you could definitely be seeing 1111 a lot. But November has been a very loud month. I don't know what's happening November. I don't know. Also, side note, this is random as hell, but prepare for strong winds. Now, you're air energy, so, you know, it could be some turbulence in your life. It could represent that. But, or it could be the weather literally. But it's also a connection. It's like, it's giving like when the wind is heavy, spirit is doing a clean sweep. Like, I don't know. Okay. Going back to what I mentioned about the selection process, I feel like your spirit team with this galactic mushroom, the divine matrix, is they could be very selective. You hear the birds? They could be very selective, but there is a selection process, okay? It's given it's it's not that they don't like nobody. It's just, I mean, they just don't play about you. And it's kind of like, you know, what people may think it's funny or a line to teeter-totter across, it's a fuck no for them, okay? Um, you have some very strict ancestors, you really could. But if they are that way, they just know a lot, okay? I'll give them that justification. Um, Yeah, because they're not just like mean and evil. It's not like that. There's a reason. So unmarked trail revelation, again, you may have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but you will. Um, for some of you, this may unfold. It may not unfold in September. It could be between now and here now and the start of winter. You're ending with deep, quiet meditation and stillness. So there's a lot of chaos that's about to be purged. And even when we were praying, the birds were fucking fighting when we were praying, okay? So it's like whatever chaos that's happening, doors are being closed on that. With overwhelm and plenty, it's like there's a lot going on around you in a sense where it is very hard for you to focus on your own shit, okay? It's like shit, your schedule just keeps being disrupted. People may be consistent on pulling on your energy this month. You know, you may truly be the help this month. And it may be like a wave that you ride from time to time in life, but I don't know if it's eclipse season or what. The birds just started fucking fighting. I don't know if it's eclipse season or what, but it's like people are extra needy in September. And I feel like this neediness is connected to them pulling on your energy, which is disrupting this. And so it's kind of like, you know, if you want to disrupt the peace of Aquarius, your ancestors will disrupt their peace. Like it's an energy match, like a motherfucker, okay? What goes around comes around, okay? There's some shifts. Can you clarify lost in space needing direction now for them, please? Eyes of the eagle rising above the fray. And you see in this eye of the eagle, honey, look at her. And then you have ancestral wisdom on the bottom. Yeah, they don't play. So, can you see her eyes? But then you can see this clearly, right? So again, you're gonna, this month, there's about to be a full spectrum of clarity. And as these doors are closed, you will be enlightened. This isn't gonna, you're not gonna not have closure. You will for sure have some fucking closure, okay? That if there's a question on your mind, okay, spirit will answer. Asking you shall receive, okay? That's been a theme. Yeah, and then you have the Raven, Perfect Storm, the courage to step into life, 44. Scorpio had this energy too. So yeah, there's a a major ending. And when there's a major ending, there's a major new beginning. And some people are about to learn some lessons about you and because of you. Yeah, but limitless possibility. And then with the first spread, you had the womb on the bottom. Is it still here? No, it's not. But the judge is. You see the judge. But you have cosmic womb, the divine feminine. So you could be divine masculine too, but you are, it feels like you're moving from chaos to peace. Like you're about to experience a life of shit which people, you know, work so hard to have, but they don't do the right things to have. And whatever that is connected to the 7 virtues, okay? Yeah, resourcefulness. Damn, we've been here a minute. Let's bring this to a close. Let's get you a sacred forest spirit oracle. That's what I was struggling to say. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I am an oracle. I said it, but they're judging me upstairs. I can feel the judgment. Ooh. Magic is on the bottom. Moonlight enchantment. Close this out for Aquarius, please. That's too many. Just need one. Final message for Aquarius. Thank you. All right, you have the wild rose fairy love. 47 breaks down to 11. Honey, this is karmic justice in your favor. It is all love, okay? Period. I love you. God bless you. See you Saturday.